Alright, so I have another programming tutorial. This is my fourth C# graphics tutorial. So today, well, first I'll show you what we did last time. Last time we did this little thing here. What that basically does is just go back and forth on a progress bar, or a status bar, whatever you want to call it. Today, what we're going to be doing instead is moving all this into a class, so you can make multiple instances of them without having to copy and paste. So, first thing that needs to be done is go down here, and in fact I'll zoom this in like so you can see, and maybe a little bit farther out. There we go. So we go public, and you could do private or just class or whatever, but I always usually do public class. And I'll get into modifiers later. So we go public class, and then we'll call it something. So we go status. I'm going to call it status bar, and then we go down here like so, and then we do the constructor, which is public, and then we just do status bar like so. Then we do it as because it is a method of sorts. Now, basically what this constructor does is it is what, like for instance, if you see here we have a new timer. Well, that new timer has options in it, the iContainer or whatever. That's what defines what can be shown there, is what's in here. So if I go, let's see, for the status bar we'll need a rectangle, and this is the area where it's going to be drawn, and then a color, which is our theme color. If I want to make a new status bar, I go status bar SB equals new status bar, and then it says you need to put a rectangle area and a color theme, which is what's right here. And that's because I typed it in there. But yeah, and you can have multiple constructors. You can have ones like this, for instance, but they just have to be different. You can't have ones that are the same like this, or else if I try to run it, it's gonna say there's an error and whatever, because these are identical and it doesn't know which one to run. Anyways, but I'm not gonna have that. I'm just gonna have it so you need a rectangle and a color. Now I'm gonna move this draw method and the timer into here. So first we will let's see, let's first move all of these things in. So I'm just gonna copy my variables and then go like so, and then let's see, I have a graphics G. Did I define graphics G? Okay, GR equals create graphics. Alright, so other thing I'm going to do is it's going to be drawn to an image now instead of regular graphics thing. So I'm going to add a method for that. Public void, or actually bitmap, because I need to give me a picture when I ask for it. Give graphic. And right now I'm just going to return null, so I don't have to look at that red line underneath the give graphic thing right here. That way it just thinks that it's a legitimate function when I'm really not doing anything. Alright, and then timer needs to be moved in. Move that in, there we go. And then we'll go inside of here. Well, first, yeah, okay. Go pen, or actually P, equals new pen. And then new solid brush, and then theme for the color. Now what the solid brush thing does is it makes a new brush type, which is just the regular brush. So whenever you see this asked for, it, like in the pen, right like this, so new pen, it asks for a brush right there. So in order to turn a color into a brush, which I could have just done brush here, but color's more basic, so you can convert it into all sorts of different things. So it's a little bit more flexible. So we can actually do new solid brush, which solid brush originates from a color. That way we can use this color over here. But yeah, that's basically the reason why. Other than that, you can just do like brushes dot something, but we want to be able to specify the color, not just have a default. Alright, and then the graphics, G equals graphics, oops, not graphical, fix dot from image. I showed you how to do this earlier in the tutorial. Now that, I can't just leave it like that, I have to put actual image in there. So we need now a bitmap. See this BTM? I'm going to copy that, put it in there. So yeah, alright, now rectangle R. R is equal to area. That way when we define the area in here, it'll then show up as R, and we're using R to draw it out, so yeah. Alright, now, let's see. We have more things here. Current, total, and add-in. I'll move those in. And then timer. Alright, in here, we go t dot interval. Now, let's see, what did I set the interval to earlier here? See, as 10, and oh yeah, this isn't going to work, because I just copied it out of there, but yeah. Alright, so interval is set to 10. To 10, and then we t dot tick, and then plus equals, like so. And yes, the next thing that we need to do is t dot start. But, yeah, okay. Since I'm going to be running a timer in here, I will probably, instead of just being able to give a graphic for a certain, well, yeah, I will probably need to use this method, well, inside of this event to draw it, instead of just drawing it every time it asks for the graphic, every time I ask for the graphic. So I may actually change this part. Alright, now that that's done, we're going to copy the code from t.tick here. Let's see, okay. Here we go. Alright, and we can put it in there. Since I moved all the variables, they should be all the same, except for right here, it's going to be like, we don't know what drawbar is, because drawbar is not inside that class. So, we're going to go ahead and grab this method then next. Cool thing here, though, I'll throw this in. Now this all needs to be changed to G, and G won't be defined as create graphics there. So, yeah. Alright, and I will work on that stuff later. Just give me a second here to change this little bit. I don't need a color to be defined in this part here, because I'm already defining it up here at theme. So I'm going to go ahead and go down here and go ahead and put it in. So right here, and just take that out and, oh wait, no, put it in here, sorry. So we need a new solid brush, so we go solid brush color is equal to new solid brush, and then we go theme. But I didn't define it outside of that, so what I need to actually do is make a color, and this will be a lowercase theme. This has an uppercase T, that has a lowercase t. That's the only difference. But they are two different variables, and theme is equal to theme now. So I will be able to use it. There we go. There it is. Alright, now this is looking for a rectangle. Now the rectangle we are using is this art area here. Now this is a fill rectangle. So the one that we were using here, which was called the progress bar or whatever, is let's see, is actually defined as something different. So but we are just gonna do R for those two, but the other one will have to. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I think I just replace R with all those. I think so. We'll find out. And instead of filling the rectangle with a white rectangle in order to clear it, what I'm going to do is actually just go dot clear. And we'll do that with color, so we can just do color dot white, or well whatever, we'll do it as wheat. And then let's see here, and then return BTM, I think, is it? Yes. Alright. Now I'm thinking, let's see, I have one more thing that needs to be done, and that's this thing here. I accidentally replaced that with R. It's actually this is a percentage thing, so I need to move the percent into Now, the cool thing about classes, just so that this doesn't look like I'm just copying and pasting into something different so it looks different, is that I can make a bunch of different instances of this. So, for instance, as I've shown up here, we do status bar SB, etc. is equal to new status bar, and then you define your variables in here, but I won't do that yet. Just give me an example. You go like this, build as many of them as you want, as long as you change the name here to, like, you know, SB1, SB2, SB3, SB4, and then as long as you put in a rectangle here and a color for each one of these, you can have, you know, 5, 6, 7, 8, a million different status bars running at the same time without having to copy your code a million times, which is really great. So I'm actually probably going to make it so that I have two separate status bars going back and forth, so you can see that. Alright, now, I think it will run now. So I'm going to get rid of the methods that are already copied in, that I've already used. And I don't need this anymore. Let's see. And this t.tick I will actually use, but I won't use it the same way it was before. I'll use it for updating, you know, a couple different progress bars. So next thing to do is I'm actually realizing I will need a graphics. Here, okay, let's get rid of this for a little bit. Okay, I will need a graphics in order to, from the form graphics. So and the reason I'll need to do that, and I'll just comment these out, is because I'll need to draw it to the form itself. So it's kind of like a two-step process. It draws it in the class, and then it draws it to the form. But you'll understand when I run it why it's so much better to not have to just copy and paste it like a couple times. Alright, so we already have graphics G. Now this one's actually, no, it's not defined as anything. So I'll take that. Let's see, where is the form load? Okay, and then we'll just go G is equal to create graphics, like so. And then we'll do new timer. We'll go timer T equals new timer. That way I don't have to worry about that way I can use this t.tick method, which who knows, it may want me to do something different. But anyways, t.interval is equal to 10. Now the intervals are done in milliseconds. So 1,000, if you set this 1,000, it'd tick once every second. Alright, and then t.tick tab, oh wait, plus equals tab, and then that's already existence. So, and then t.start. Alright, now, here comes the fun part. So, we got that done. Now what we need to do is we already have a rectangle for this progress bar, but we'll do another rectangle. We'll call it rectangle second bar is equal to, and then we'll just copy this and change some stuff. That way it's already in the format. So we'll move this down to 220, and then actually, if we want to move it down, we'll do this. Okay, and then we'll make it 300 instead of that. Alright, now, next part is to actually use the method, the class that we have made. So, and I don't like that extra space. Anyways, so we go status bar, and we'll call this status 1 is equal to new status bar, and this one is gonna use the progress bar. Not that. Oh, that's right. These are defined here at the same location, so I can't actually do that there. Alright, so I'll move that out. Do it here. There we go, there it is. And then the color will be color dot violet, and then status bar stat is equal to new status bar, and then we'll use the second bar there, and then it'll be color dot wheat. There we go. Now, in this part here, we're going to need to do, let's see, we're going to need to make it so that it reads these two, and then takes the image and draws it. I'm going to actually move this up to above here so that after this thing starts here, it won't be asking for information that it doesn't have yet, which is provided inside of here. Alright. Now, we will do this. So, G, I think, yes, G was dot, okay, dot draw image, and then we're going to see, draw, okay, status 1, status 1, oh, come on. Okay, so actually, that needs to be defined up here too. I forgot about that, so that the timer can use it. Because the timer can't use something that doesn't know exists, and if it's inside of a method like this, defined like that, it doesn't know exists. Now, here's kind of a cool trick. If you hit Alt and then use drag, you can get rid of, you can select 2 rows at once vertically. and that's pretty ingenious, so I use it a ton. Okay, status 1, there we go, dot give graphic, and then we're going to go ahead and draw that at a rectangle, and that's the progress bar rectangle. Now I did just realize something. So in the image up here in our class, let's see, where is it? This image, right, let's see, where is it? Okay, here, right here, the bitmap. It's never defined, so it's going to cause an error there. So I'm going to actually fix that after I do this thing down here. And we draw it there, and then we do g.draw image. This is going to be second bar. Oh wait, stat. Stat, and then give graphic. And then this part's the second bar, like so. Alright, now, I'm going to go fix that part of the class. So, basically what the problem is that this is right now equal to null, and it has no value. So when I try to draw this, it won't draw it to anything at all. In fact, right here, there's going to be an error. So what we're going to do is we're going to go btm is equal to new bitmap, and then make that equal to area, well, define the width as area.width, and then area.height. And then the second thing we need to do is this r is actually, we can't just say is equal to area, because area has its x and y coordinates not being 0. And when you do an image, what I'm using to draw down here with the r.width and the r.x and y, it needs to be starting at 0 where the image starts, so it doesn't draw it off the image. So equals new rectangle, and to solve this we're just going to put 0 and 0 in for the x and y, and then area.width for that and area.height for that. Alright, now I'm thinking this is going to work. I'm not 100% positive, but we'll try it. It should just load and then go. Alright, so that one's working. I'm not sure. Oh, I know why this one doesn't. You can't even see it, and the reason is because I have color.wheat here, and if you remember correctly, I cleared my graphics with color.wheat, so you're not going to see it. So I'm going to go ahead and change that back to white, like I was planning on doing in the first place. So let's run that again. Alright, there we go. They fill up and they go back. Now, the reason I wanted to show you how to put it in a class is because later, let's say you're building a game or something that takes multiple progress bars or status bars, whatever you want to call them. I don't know why I keep saying that. I don't really need to say progress bar or also called as status bar. I'm just going to call them status bars from now on. Alright. Now that we got that done. Okay, so the reason I wanted to show you how to put in the method is that if you're building a game that uses multiple ones, like 10 or 12, you only have to code it once, and then you just have to change the area and the variables. And you can also make methods that set what the total and current are instead of just controlling that in here. So like, for instance, if you get hit by an arrow or something in your game, and you have a 10-point reduction of health, then you just make something that reduces the current by 10. So it would look something like this. Public void hit. So for instance, if you get hit, and then we're going to put int amount, or damage. And then what we're going to do is you go current is equal to, or actually plus equals, damage. Now if it's damage, it actually needs to be minus equal, unless you put damage in as a negative number. So this will subtract it from the current value. If you just do current equals damage, it'll just become whatever the damage was. So if 20 hit points were taken off, current will become 20, and you don't want that to happen. But anyways, that's basically the idea. I'm not going to leave that method in there. So yeah, you can now make as many of these instances as you want, and as long as you have this drawing it out and a timer calculating it. In fact, you don't even really need that timer. You could just do keep this, the give graphic thing, and then draw the bar every time you have a change in what the progress bar is at. So for instance, damage being dealt would cause it to change. You just redraw it, and then this would of course grab that image and draw it out, so you wouldn't even need this timer. However, since I used it earlier, I put it in. Alright, well that is all for episode 4 of C# Graphics.